Hi, I'm Angela, teacher on love and relationships, and this video is asking the question and answering it, why do we have bad physical intimacy? And I've been prompted to do this topic because in the media we're hearing more publicly about it. Just because we're hearing about it in the media doesn't mean it hasn't been happening for thousands of years, but people are talking about it and there's a lot of exposure of bad physical intimacy. So why? Why do we have that? And some of the people that you're hearing who've had bad experiences are highly educated, supposedly sensitive people and respected. Okay, so the reason is that somewhere in our conditioning, people, when they grow up, if they get physically excited, they're not taught what to do with that excitement. And instead, they're conditioned a lot by television, media, pornography, images of sexuality, over-sexualization of women's bodies, and kind of this other idea of men and how they should be put out there about how people should be when they're aroused, excited, physically stimulated, maybe even attracted to someone. So perhaps you've had an experience as well where you've been attracted to someone and then you start to have these fantasies in your head. That's what I'm talking about. Those fantasies are often not just yours, but they're conditioned a lot by what you've been exposed to, and also if you've had physical intimacy from a young age and it wasn't good. So if you are being physically excited and you get this rush of excitement, the key is to slow down and think about how to honor what you're feeling and the person you're with. Now, we're not taught that, so it's not surprising that some people have bad physical intimacy, especially those people who are intellectual, respectful, sensitive, and have a certain social persona, because intimately they've got a whole different thing happening, and that might be quite private for them, and they may also carry shame. So also the other reason we have bad physical intimacy is not just a personal thing, it's about a cultural conditioning of shame. We're shameful when we get aroused. We're shameful if we're aroused and we don't know what to do. Can you remember being a teenager, or maybe you are a teenager and you have sexual feelings and you think, oh, what do I do with that? Pretty much nobody tells you what to do with the feeling. They tell you not to do this and not to do that and protect that and don't put that in there and put that away. But they don't tell you what to do with the feeling. And that's where shame gets programmed. It can be programmed really young, at 3 years old, when you start having natural feelings of arousal and you get told not to do certain things. So it's culturally also not cool to be expressing those feelings publicly, and we're not taught how to do it in a safe way. And the main thing, if we want to change bad physical intimacy, if we really want to have fulfilling physical intimacy, we need to start sharing with people what to do when those butterflies come or the physical arousal comes, and how to enjoy it and not judge it. Because if we judge straight away, people are going to repress it and it'll come out some other part later in life. And it's also not about saying, hey, I'm getting excited, let me do what I want. It's about going, wow, I'm kind of excited. What could be going on here? How can I respect the whole person in front of me, not just see them as something for me to get rid of this sexual feeling that I'm having now that I need to get out of my body? Because often we get rushed when the arousal comes because we sort of feel uncomfortable, we want to get it over and done with, we feel ashamed, and it comes out quick. So for boys and girls, that energy needs to be explored, and then what to do with it. So you're actually enjoying the whole person in front of you, joking about it, making light about it, maybe being shy, but honest about that shyness about it. I use goofball a lot in my connection to people because honestly, sometimes I have feelings and I don't know what to do with them. But it's a certain authenticity that actually makes people relax and not rush into thinking they have to be a certain way or put on those personas thinking they have to come across a certain way. So that's my short answer about why do we have bad intimacy? The solution is going to be a lot long term, but the first thing is about looking at, if you're rushing, how can you say, hang on, let's just lighten up a bit, slow down, and enjoy all of myself, not think I have to do something with that energy.